Everyone, welcome back to another Taekook one shot. Wrong number. I hope you will love it. 1:49 p.m. Sitting in front of the window, a book flat on his desk with his nightlight on. The LED lights literally violeted purple around the room, making it purplish tone. Reading a romantic book, Taehyung even felt more some type of way from it, imagining although he was getting very bored from reading, he almost finished the book and annotated so much his eyes looked over to his new phone that was facing down on the desk. Why not call Jimin and see what he is up to? He closed his blinds and reached for his phone that has a mirror picture of himself seen on the back of it, and picking it up, leaning back to his chair. His hair was all messy. Jimin always made fun of him. By the way, Taeyong looked, saying he would never get into a relationship with this angel face because everyone is either human or son of devils. We'll see about that. Jimin wasn't even in a relationship with anyone at that moment, but he was seeing a girl. Taehyung didn't find girls attractive and even had an account on dating app, but no one was catching his eyes. Their descriptions had not one bit of the same interest as him. Even the 98% ones weren't enough. Was he even attracted to girls or boy more? He wasn't sure. He decided that he would call Jimin, dialing his friend's number. His fingers, as in new phone, Jimin's number is not saved. His fingers were moving fast while putting them in that they didn't realize the number wasn't his friend's and clicked the call button. It took the stranger to answer the call after third ring. Hello, Taehyung said first. Who is this? The deeper male on the other side asked. Taehyung was confused. Jimin? The male was so confused by Taehyung. Did I call the wrong person? Taehyung wondered. How come Jimin doesn't know me? The other male began talking, but Taehyung pulled his phone away from his ear, looking at the number. I don't know who is this. Wait a second, that aren't right. It's supposed to be a 610 and 9 mistype random number. It was someone else's phone number. The other male had that deepest, sleepy voice as if he had just woken up. Why was it so attractive to Taehyung? I apologize for calling. I was trying to call my friend, but I guess I was typing it in fast and clicked some of the wrong numbers. Taehyung was on the edge of falling out of his seat. No problem. The male clenched through the phone lightly. Taehyung's hand was shaking while holding the phone up close against his ear. He lowered his volume and put the male on the speaker to hear his voice. I don't even know what the freaking looks like. Why am I all of sudden attracted? And he is the same gender? Taehyung thought to himself. I'll go now. Goodbye. Good day, Taehyung said with an embarrassed, shaky voice. Wait, the other male stopped him. Taehyung stopped. What's your name? If you don't mind me asking, the male asked, and hoping it didn't make Taehyung uncomfortable enough to respond or answer. Not at all. I am Kim Taehyung. And you? Oh, nice name. I am Jungkook. Jungkook said. Never heard that one before. You seem so kind. Taehyung said, I feel like I have seen and heard your name before. Isn't that odd? Where has this man seen me? Taehyung thought, where have you seen me? Cause I am pretty sure I have also seen your name before. I just can't remember. Actually, Taehyung asked, dating site? Jungkook said, wait, you are that guy? The one with black and blonde hair? Taehyung asked, I'm glad you remember me now. That's me. Jungkook replied, ah, you're so attractive. Taehyung said without hesitating and not thinking of what he was saying. I'm sorry, repeat that again. Jungkook said, grinning from on his side. I mean, things went awkward after that. Now you said what you said. Do you really think I am? Sitting up and fixing his position thing was lying in. Now Jungkook is fluttering or something. We should do a video call or something, Thang said in a fast face, hoping that it would get them away from the question. Jungkook thought about for a second. Of course, perfect, Thang happily said. That was a close one, but that doesn't that doesn't stop me from asking my question. Thang never answered me. Jungkook asked again. Taehyung's smile went from up to down. Great. It's not like it's even important. It was just a compliment. Taehyung rolled his eyes. Motherfucker. It's not like you can do something to me through the phone. I don't have to answer, but I will do it anyways. Taehyung smirked at his thinking. Yes, Taehyung said. What do you mean? Jungkook asked. I said yes. Taehyung repeated. You yes to what exactly? Jungkook asked again. That I think you are really attractive. Taehyung said nervously. His voice was shy. Taehyung wanted to hang up, but it's not like I even know anything about you or who you are. So how can Taehyung was way to hang up the call, but Jungkook stopped him. Text message or video call? Jungkook said, right. Video call? Taehyung hesitated. Good choice. Jungkook complimented Taehyung. So you are telling me I have to end the call just to do a Taehyung tried once again. What? No. Jungkook turned his cam on, making Taehyung meet his eyes. Oh my god, why is Jungkook like this? Why did I have to run into a stranger out of all these people in the world? I ran onto him. This guy, his hair wasn't black and blonde like his profile picture. It was light pink and styled back as if it was bruised not long ago. Is Jungkook catfishing or something? But Taehyung, he was a mess in a man's nightshirt that was a short sleeved and shorts. Couldn't tell what the other male was wearing. It looked like Jungkook had an open deep reddish button up shirt. Shouldn't Jungkook have a shirt on or something? They felt like his face is heating up. Everything was going through Taehyung's mind right now. Jungkook looked like some god. Now it's your turn, Jungkook said. Why? Me? I look like a mess right now. Even Jimin said I don't look attractive. What do I do? Hang up or something? Taehyung thought, pressing his lips together. Eventually Jungkook got impatient. Don't be shy. I wouldn't judge you. Whoa, no, of course not. It's just nervous. Taehyung turned on his camera, which he was fixing his phone camera. His phone kept falling over when his face was up close to the screen. Jungkook got a shot of Taehyung's face, messy black hair, a black tight and a tight short and sleeve short, glossy heart lips, shaped lips, jaw that was soft enough to cut him in half, a black necklace around his neck, and a pair of earrings that was shining enough in his ear, and a pearl in between his mouth when they apologized because of the camera which kept falling. Wow, Taehyung sat back with his hand on his lap and leaned forward to the screen, giving more view for Jungkook. But Taehyung admired Jungkook more, his eyes fishing and lip ring. You sure are staring at me for quite some time, Taehyung, Jungkook pointed out. Oh, sorry, Taehyung said, jumped in his seat. It's all good. Now I know what you look like. Yeah, and your profile picture isn't what you look like. Don't you have pink hair? Taehyung poked the screen. Ha, are you in love with it? Jungkook let out a laugh. Shut up, idiot. Taehyung laughed a little, calling a stranger an idiot. It's not very nice of you, Taehyung. Don't say my name. What is it? Limited for only certain people? They kept going back on each other. Yeah, I don't even know you. I accidentally call you, but whatever, you have pretty hair. Thanks, said. Don't pretend like you didn't just say I was attractive before. Jungkook pointed. That wasn't supposed to be said. It was just, but it wasn't. Not when they were strangers talking to each other. Taehyung's phone started buzzing from the amount of missed calls from Jimin and text messages Jimin spammed Taehyung's phone with. Jungkook, I have to go. You remember that Jimin guy I told you about? He's texting me and he wants to call. Taehyung said, put me on hold, I wouldn't mind. Jungkook said he wasn't. He wants to stay on the phone with me. Taehyung thought once again and smiled. Tete, where the freak have you been all the day? I tried calling you like 7 times and you left my calls on missed call. Jimin yelled through the phone. Taehyung covered his ear bit, reached forward to his screen, lowering his volume, which Jungkook was still able to see the other male. Calm down. Jimin cut things off from his sentence. Calm down. You want me to calm down? Well, Tete, tell me why you ignored me and I will calm down. Calm my bum down, Jimin said, or more like yelled. Listen, Jimina, I accidentally called someone else by accident and I started talking to him instead of hanging up right after. I told him that I didn't mean to call him. I'm freaking out right now. Now, please calm down and be quiet. It's early in the morning right now and people are sleeping. Taehyung told his soulmate friend everything. I'm sorry. Are you alright, Taehyung? But him? Who is him you are talking to? I will give him a piece of mind, Taehyung. Jimin punches his feet. On the other hand, no, Jimin, please. He is very sweet so far. Very wasn't the word. Handsome. Taehyung kept looking at Jungkook's name, which he can't swipe, and look at his camera. They didn't feel like listening to his angry friend who he would left undelivered and missed call from him. Jungkook was sitting on his stomach. Taehyung was still able to see the male bare-chested in. It wasn't easy to even talk for Taehyung the whole time. Jimin was talking. Taehyung's eyes were just staring at Jungkook, but he was on mute since Taehyung muted him for Jimin's call. Some time passed and Taehyung was listening to Jimin talk about random silly and Jimin once again saying he looked too messy and Taehyung was kinda tired of it. After a while he was nearly on edge of sleeping or falling out of the chair. Jimin, please shut up. Jimin blinked. Are you serious right now? You want me to be shut up for over some guy you accidentally called? Jimin made a sulky face. I'm not choosing him over you. It's you not even knowing him either, and yet you won't put your hands on him as if he did something to me. Taehyung tried to put some sense in Jimin's small mind. Just hang up on him, for God's sake, Taehyung. Taehyung sighed. Jimina, I'm hanging up. I'm sorry, but I'm really getting so tired right now, Taehyung said to his own dramatic friend. If you like the stranger that much, then why don't you go over there and freak with him? Watch him leave you right after Jimin. Jimin had hung up on Taehyung, being worried and mad at his soulmate. What was happening over there? Jungkook asked. My friend being an worried and idiot soulmate, wondering why I didn't call him, and then talking to you, a stranger. Jungkook pressed his unbuttoned shirt, taking it off fully. His skin was beautiful color, smooth creamy color that Taehyung would wanted to feel. It was weird to even think about since they just know each other for a few minutes. God, I just met him. I can't fall in love. Taehyung thought. Taehyung fell out of his mind just staring right at Jungkook. Tae is definitely out of his mind. Sorry about that. I was just thinking about something, Taehyung said, and Jungkook let out a deep plunge. No worries, Taehyung. What do you say on one day actual meeting? Jungkook asked. That would be freaking amazing, he said with excitement in his voice and eyes. But let's keep the communication up, shall we? I have so much more to learn about you, Taehyung said. You know I will. Shouldn't you be in bed, though? It's probably around 5 in the morning by now, Jungkook asked. You're right. Go to the bed, Taehyung. Right now, Jungkook suggested. Okay, fine. Sweet dreams. Yes, dream about me. Jungkook giggled and waved his small hands, which Taehyung waved back with a blush. Because of Jungkook's comment, they smiled before Taehyung clicked the red button. The thing was, Jungkook was in Taehyung's mind the whole time while he went to bed. It was hard for him to let the image of Jungkook go. He wasn't going to explain what kind of dream he even had, but it was hard for him to go to sleep in a good amount of time, especially that they had scenario with Jungkook. Deciding to go on a video call with Jungkook was a bad idea. The angelic metallic colored hair, it wasn't Oreo colored like his profile picture. Maybe that was an old profile pic of Jungkook. But the unbuttoned shirt, taking it off, the lips and eyepiece ring and the soft looking hair wouldn't ever be out of Taehyung's mind. Did Jungkook even think of what to wear apparently when he was going to be on a call with Taehyung, who accidentally called him? What else is there going to bed. Taehyung's parents thought he was really lazy after a few weeks on call with his friend Jimin and Jungkook on the other days. He even would text Jungkook in the middle of a call with Jimin cause they didn't want to leave the mail on hold for a while. Talking to Jungkook constantly and every day of Taehyung's life was first priority. Even Jimin was worried for Taehyung. A few weeks later, Taehyung was so nervous. It was his first day of meeting with Jungkook. He would call earlier in the week or month. The Oreo-colored hair, but his actual hair was so gorgeous and different, and that opened up short on call. It had turned Taehyung on, and he would never felt that way before with anyone else. Was Jungkook that special to him? Maybe he was just overthinking or dreaming, but they can't be dreaming. It was real. Taehyung had that call with Jungkook. He saw him on the video call. He heard Jungkook's voice. He could not unsee Jungkook. The week was Taehyung's first week. He was going to meet Jungkook. He began to panic. This is going to be the first meeting. Taehyung got in comfy clothes. He looked soft. His hair was up in a small bun, a hoodie over nothing underneath, and soft pant along with slides. He jumped on the railing, sliding down from his own porch. Taehyung went on a longish drive to the other Mel's house. It was a big out of the way from where Taehyung lived, but Taehyung didn't mind. He was still quite nervous. Jungkook lived in the city in a fancy looking place. He is rich, hot, handsome for Taehyung. Traffic was a pain to get there. Jungkook better appreciate Taehyung getting out of the way to drive to him. There was red lights every 5-10 minutes, and it freaked, especially when Taehyung got stuck at them. After a while of driving, Taehyung finally had reached his destination. He got out of his car and made his way to the building where Jungkook lives. Once he reached his door, Taehyung was scared to knock. His hand tapping on the door. Taehyung pulled his phone out, texting Jungkook that he was at the door. Cookie heard the knock. I am at your door, Taehyung could hear footsteps in apartment. His scaredness came back to Taehyung as he heard the little lock unlock and the doorknob went down. When the door opened, Taehyung had lost it, his own thoughts and everything. There Taehyung was in person, facing the male he would call by accident, and the one he would wanted to meet on the dating app. The beauty in Jungkook's face was everything. It was all they wanted. Jungkook was perfect in every way. They would imagine his thoughts. So this is you. Jungkook leaned against the door frame of his apartment. Taehyung was lost for a minute or two, staring. You have been staring for the millionth time. Jungkook pointed his glossy looking hair, combed back and messy a bit, as if he would put water in it. The cooling smell surrounded Taehyung's nose. God, he is gorgeous. Sorry, hi. Taehyung looked in different direction, embarrassed. What was Taehyung thinking? Why embarrass himself in front of the accidental call on the man? He was now seeing person. His eyes scanned the beautiful sight of the room, the view of Jungkook's apartment. Behind Jungkook, it was fancy, quite expensive looking. He is wealthier than me, Taehyung thought. You wanna come in? Jungkook asked. Oh, of course. Jungkook smiled. You are so stupid, Tae, stupid. Taehyung scolded himself. Jungkook opened the door for Taehyung to step in, which he did. Your apartment is amazing. Taehyung scanned the room for a while. The couches and cushions that were soft and pillows, a glass table and the TV stand. The curtains were open to the beautiful city view. Don't forget to take your shoes off. Jungkook clenched, pointing to Taehyung's feet with his eyes. Oh, silly, sorry. Embarrassment and redness ran across Taehyung's cheek. He kneeled down to get his shoes off. I can assume you seem shy and scared. I wouldn't bite you. Jungkook and Taehyung blushed when he looked up at the male who was smoking. It's just meeting you in person is very different. Plus, if I didn't accidentally put in the call wrong number, we wouldn't have met. Taehyung said the truth. Well, I'm actually glad. Jungkook pointed. He went into the kitchen. You want anything to eat? Taehyung grabbed one of the stool around the counter table and sat down. Sure, I'm pretty starving and thirsty. I drove out for to meet you actually. I'm sorry, I'm just a bit nervous and I sound rude. Not at all. Hey, you are quite special to me in some way. I just don't know yet. Jungkook poured some juice for the holder, put some fruit on the table plate for Taehyung and brought it over, placing it on the counter in front of him. Jungkook watched Taehyung eat. He seemed so hungry from the way he was stuffing his cheeks full with fruits. They slipped some of juice with the fruit in his mouth from the straw in the in his cup. Jungkook admired Taehyung how cute he looked when his cheeks were full. I don't wanna sound rude or anything, but have you been in a relationship? Jungkook asked, looking at Taehyung. Taehyung stopped at eating. He lifted a finger, swirling his fruit down. You are not rude. Actually, yes, I was, but some of them were toxic. I have made so many mistakes thinking I was in love with them. They seemed they missed their chance. I just got out of a relationship not many weeks ago. Jungkook said. They frowned. Is it okay if I ask you what happened? They did. She cheated. Jungkook pressed his lips together. I could treat you so much better, Taehyung thought. I'm sorry, Tete. They didn't deserve you, Jungkook said to Tae. I could say the same, silly. You are very sweet. How could she cheat on someone so handsome? They didn't even realize that Jungkook's cheeks flushed red. Am I really handsome to you? Jungkook asked. Of course you are, you idiot. Look in the freaking mirror. The glass would literally shatter in a good way because it's looking at someone with the most drop dead handsome reflection. Oh my god, Thay, stop talking. You are literally trying to make me blushing, and it's working. Jungkook clenched. Taehyung clenched too. I'm just starting. Fact, Mr. Handsome, Thay teased. He placed his place in the sink along with glass. Thay, you don't have to wash it. Jungkook stood behind him, but enough space for Taehyung to move out of the way. I am dreaming. Snap out, Thay. You don't even know him, and Jungkook don't want you. Taehyung thought this can't be ready. Taehyung moved. Cookie, I gotta go. Get home soon. It's getting late and traffic is so busy. Don't leave, Jungkook pleaded. Cookie. Taehyung wanted to go. He was feeling like this can't be truth. Please, Jungkook begged. He dropped his cup and plate in the sink in the middle of the washing them. Don't go, you just got here not long ago, Jungkook said again. I know that, but it's really long drive to get here and traffic is kinda. Jungkook wanted the older male to trust him. If Taehyung would trust him, Jungkook would let him sleep over. Jungkook knows that there is a certain percentage that Taehyung would say no, since it's their first time in person. Taehyung, if you leave, I wanna see you again. Jungkook grabbed Taehyung's hands. The biggest smile appeared on Taehyung's face. I know, Cookie, maybe if you are not busy tomorrow, I will come earlier. I'm never busy. Jungkook felt like he could tell this boy anything and he would keep Tae away from anyone who could hurt him. Jungkook felt comfortable with how soft he was, how patient he was with anything. I will text you when I get home, okay? Please call me tomorrow. Text me every day. Tell me when you aren't busy so I could take time out of my day to see you. Taehyung said he needs some time to feel this is not dream but all real. I'll do anything. Nothing would waste my time to do all that for you. Taehyung smiled as he pulled Jungkook in the most softest, warmest hug Jungkook has ever gotten. Jungkook didn't want to let him go. Taehyung wasn't going to be gone forever. Jungkook just wanted him to stay here. Jungkook was comfortable with Taehyung. Once Taehyung's fingers disconnected and untangled from Jungkook's, Jungkook hated it. Why didn't he just glued his fingers to Taehyung? See you soon, Cookie, Tae waved before leaving. Jungkook leaned his back against the door. When it closed, slide down it. See you soon, Tae, Jungkook whispered even when Taehyung was gone. When Taehyung was traveling down the hall happily and excitement, he's gotten so happy since the end of the night meeting Jungkook. They didn't expect to be so happy around. It was a long drive getting home from the city where all the rich people live, especially Jungkook, the only one who was sweet. Taehyung got home very late but quickly grabbed his phone and ran onto his room to text Jungkook before he went to shower and go to bed. Cookie, you aren't a promise breaker, noted. I was so excited you wouldn't even believe how I actually tripped over my own doorstep just to get in my room and text you. Cookie, be careful, don't hurt yourself. It's fine, I'm fine. Trust me, Cookie, you better be, because I will go over there and smack you if you lie. Believe me, Cookie, you are lucky I am due, Mr. Silly, I have to go shower and go to the bed. It's late and I am ruining your sleep. Cookie, you didn't ruin anything. No, but I want wake up early to talk to you and see you tomorrow. Cookie, silly, you are right. Good night, sleep well. He sent a heart. Good night, Cookie, see you tomorrow. Taehyung and Jungkook were both happy. That night they were excited, especially Jungkook since he was disappointed when they left so early. Taehyung lied in his bed. His thoughts were keeping him awake. Taehyung's mind reminding him how he fell in love at first sight. He smacked himself a few times. Go away, Jungkook, let me sleep. He clenches, laughing at himself. Good night, Cookie, he whispered to himself before dreaming off to sleep to see Jungkook earlier. Next day, Taekook were excited to meet each other again. Once again, Tae was in Jungkook's house. I missed you a lot, Jungkook said, hugging Taehyung in his arms. I missed you too, Taehyung whispered. blushing red. Why don't you stay here? Night? Only if you trust me enough, Jungkook said, and Tae nodded. I would love to. They said, being in arm of Jungkook, they don't want to be separate after a few minutes. Tae, I wanna ask you something, Jungkook said, close to Taehyung's ear before they were still in each other's hold. Taehyung nodded. I want you to be close to me every day, just like this. I want to sleep with you and wake up with you, and I want to. Before Jungkook could say further, Tae moved away and looked at Jungkook, slowly moving towards him, and sealed his lips with Jungkook's. I want to do the same. So, will you be my boyfriend? Taehyung asked in between the kiss. Jungkook pressed his lips more on Taehyung's and made him cry while answering him. I would die to be your boyfriend, Tae. Jungkook completed his word and deepened the kiss, leaving no room for Taehyung to not cry in pleasure. The end. Tami, so this is an end of this one shot. I hope you will love it. Whatever you feel about the one shot, tell me in the comment section. And if you like it, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any request or suggestion, anything that you want to share with me, comment it down. I'll try to reply you. Okay. And thanks a lot for your love and support. Bye bye. Bye.